My name is Jonathan Lyle. I'm running for treasurer.
Great. Starting with AJ, what specific initiatives or projects do you envision implementing during your term?
One idea already in the making to make money for our activities is partnering up with a restaurant nearby serving breakfast to all students. Also, another idea I have is about creating the quarter zips that we had last year and selling them to the whole school.
Jonathan, since you're running for the same role, do you also mind answering that question? What initiatives or projects do you envision implementing?
Yeah. So for my projects, I'm thinking for our senior trip, we need to have fundraising money. We need fundraising money. So more fundraiser. I was thinking like maybe some RPHS Monarch media merch, partnering with them, making some merch to sell. And also for our senior trip, we have to go somewhere fun. So we're gonna need a lot of money. So concession stand, all of that.
Thank you. Can we hold our pauses to the end? Zion, you're running for treasurer?
No, secretary.
For secretary, yes. What strategies do you have in mind to ensure that all student voices are heard?
By listening to the student body, by collaborating with the president and taking notes and making sure everybody versus voices heard.
Okay, thank you. So these questions are going to be specific to your roles. Zion, will start with you. Treasurer, you're going to handle a lot of the money, so you're going to do a lot of the behind-the-scenes work. How will you ensure Secretary, how will you ensure that important information is accurately reported in every meeting?
Making sure by using a Word document, making sure that everything is on time, like the news, the time, and making sure the meeting is running professional and efficient.
Thank you. Jonathan, you're running as treasurer, so you will be doing the budgeting. You guys talked a lot about fundraising, so you will handle all the money and how we spend it. How will you ensure that we track and record and keep track of all of our budgets?
For me, I'm a very organized person, I would say. I like to write everything down. So I would make sure every day, if we make any type of money, it'll be written down, tracked, and we'll know exactly what our costs are.
Okay, so you'll write them down. AJ, how do you plan on tracking all our monies?
Kind of also what Johnson said, every day going in, counting money over and over. And for our activities, I want to make sure we also have some extra money over so we can pass it down also to our junior class so they have money to start with when they're on their senior year.
Great, that concludes our questions. Does anybody have any last comments before we wrap up? Okay, can you introduce yourselves one more time and say what role you're running for?
Zion Terrell running for secretary.
Anthony Jackson Jr. running for treasurer.
Jonathan Clark, running for treasurer.
And how do you plan to lead and inspire your peers to achieve that vision?
So for the student body, kind of like I said last week, just a group of students who are actually like looked up to by everybody. A group that students feel comfortable talking to about their ideas and like expressing their opinions to, and through leadership. It would just look like being a role model, like not getting in trouble, things like that.
Thank you. So you said how you plan to lead and inspire your peers. So what is your vision for the student body?
So vision, I envision, I would say at least 2 events for each month during the school year.
Thank you. Christian, same question. What is your vision for for the student body? And how do you plan to lead and inspire your peers to achieve that vision?
My vision for the student body is based off of unity. So like, I want inter-class and inter-grade connectivity and partnership. Because I feel like a lot of what was going on last year is that, you know, the different grade levels weren't really clicking together. So a lot of events and a lot of like activities we could have had were kind of dead because nobody really wanted to work together. And so this year I feel like if we could get every class and every piece of the SGA to work together, we can have, overall, we can have a better experience at school. So that's my vision and how I plan to lead is by just being like connected with what's called my fellow SGA members, especially in the younger grades, especially as a senior. I want them to be like a kind of a role model, so what they can have in their senior year after that. And so I want this year to model how I want their senior year to go and all the activities and fun they can have.
Thank you for that thorough response. So both of you are running for vice president, and you shared your vision, but you will be working just underneath the president. How will you navigate your own initiatives and the president's initiatives? How do you plan to collaborate?
So for me, that would look like being able to find a way to meld our ideas together. So I know as vice president, what you're supposed to do is really just follow what the president says. So it would look like listening to what the president says and kind of having my own idea about it, but not forcing my idea, just kind of putting it into his ear so that we both have like a say in what goes on in the school.
Thank you.
For me, it will look like kind of what Malik said, collaboration, but especially like, I don't know who's going to be the president, but especially if they have differing ideas and differing ideas they want to enact, we can come to sort of collaboration of what those ideas can be. And also, I want to work almost on like an equal partnership, just so that, you know, the president, because I've heard this from previous presidents, that they feel like, oh, either some of them were doing enough or some of them were like kind of overdoing it. I'm gonna work equally so like they feel like, okay, I'm getting my idea in, I'm getting my initiatives in, but also I don't have to give every idea. I don't have to talk all the time. I can sit back and people will kind of they can guide and lead. And also I want a president that is kind of adventurous, who's willing to offer ideas. I want to collaborate with a president who's willing to offer ideas that are different and new that we haven't really offered or seen before. And some that might be wild, that may get rejected, but we try, which sets up for the next class to try again and try again and try again.
Okay, and just a quick question, since it's just the two of you. What makes you unique compared to your opponent?
So something I would say makes me unique is my mindset towards leadership. I would say, well, I don't want to assume, but I feel like Christian, he's very ambitious. So I would say I know how to take things one step at a time. So when it comes to like certain ideas, I'm not gonna just put something crazy out there that's not really likely to happen. I would like to start with something small and then see how that goes. And then with more progression, we could take bigger steps to get to our main goal.
The last couple of years, we've just been taking small steps, and y'all haven't been getting what y'all wanted. So my idea is to take large leaps and to put pressure on the staff to give us to kind of conform to what we want. Also, is what differs me from the league.
We have three candidates today. Can you guys take a moment to introduce yourself and say what role you're running for?
My name is Mikael Willer, and I'm going for Mr. Robert.
My name is Isaiah Hart, and I'm running for Mr. Robert.
My name is Asa Williams Collette. I'm running for President and Mr. Robert.
Great, we'll start with Asa. How do you plan to increase student engagement for all students
I would plan a town hall meeting to where all students have the chance to write down their ideas and challenges they have around the school, and food and beverages will be provided. And I would also have let them come up and share their ideas and the challenges they have.
Okay, thank you. Isaiah, how do you plan to increase student engagement?
I plan to increase student engagement by challenging my fellow students to embrace the present moment. Reminding everyone that our time in school is limited and high school is a unique opportunity. And one day you may look back wishing you had participated more. And I'll boost student engagement through eye-catching flyers and showing that everyone feels connected and valued. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Thank you. Kel?
I plan to achieve this mission by just building relationship with the kids I don't have, like freshmen I don't know, or sophomores. If I don't know you, like I get to talk to you and understand you as a person. Like I will understand you and really hear you. Just put your voice out there and understand what you're trying to say, so then I can make it better for you and me.
Thank you. So, being Mr. Ron Brown, you're serving as the face of our school. As the face, you exemplify our 4 pillars. What qualities do you possess that make you a public figure and a role model to your peers?
Style.
Sure.
Well, on how even physical school, I would say just school isn't just a
What's that? Ms. Wallace, can you I'll repeat the question, just so that the audience can hear. Just the face of Ron Brown, what qualities do you possess that make you a public figure and make you the best role model for our student body?
something that made me a public figure was I went over, I took a trip to Atlanta, and it was about being a public figure. So that helped me. I wasn't always a speaker. I was like how the freshman was, like how y'all was. Y'all on stage, nervous. I'm still tempted, but I would say it helped me a lot. And then Ron Brown isn't just a community to me. It built a brotherhood. It's a lot of kids that I know that I could say, I could call y'all as my brothers, like a lot of y'all.
Thank you. The same question for you, Isaiah. How do you exemplify the 4 pillars? How are you a public figure? What makes you the best role model for our student body?
I would say what makes me the best role model for our student body is my willingness to just lead. I'm not afraid to lead. I've never been afraid to lead. I've always represented Ron Brown for the past 3 years of my life. Over the summer, I worked at a federal agency, and I boldly represented Ron Brown, and I made a great impression, even winning the most valuable intern award. So I would just say that me not being afraid to lead, I'm not afraid to speak up, I'm not afraid to use my voice, and I'm not afraid to inspire. You know, some people, they get up on the stage and they talk and they're afraid of people saying that, oh, you're just a do-gooder, you're just trying to sound good, but I'm someone who really lives by the words that I say. So I would say those things that make me the best candidate.
Thank you. And so the same question, what makes you a public figure? What qualities do you possess that make you a good role model?
The qualities I possess, I know how to plan events, I know how to lead my community, I know how to public speak, I'm also working on that, and I know how to hear my student voices out, I know how to show up for my community. And what was the other one?
You answered that. It was what makes you a public figure and the best role model for our student body.
I am a role model because for the past 2 years I've been class president, and I know how to support my community as class president.
Thank you. So for our last question, similar to our vice president, we'll start with Isaiah. What makes you unique, or what makes you more prepared than your opponents to be Mr. Ron Brown?
I would say my confidence, and I would say that I'm confident enough to know that I can run against these guys and I don't have to say bad things about them. You know, I know my value and I know my worth, but I also know their worth, you know, so I don't have to get up here and diminish them and try to take away from their character. So I would say my confidence and me being humble. And I feel like being humble is one of those things that you really have to embody and just be, because without being humble, you can't lead. You will be an ignorant leader, and you will lead people into distress, into a place that they don't want to be. So yeah, I would just say me being confident, me being humble.
Thank you. Asa, response?
Repeat the question.
What makes you the best candidate for Mr. Ron Brown?
What makes me the best candidate for Mr. Ron Brown? And I just know what to do as a leader.
Thank you. Cal, what makes you unique compared to your friends?
It's really no difference because Ron Brown made us all love who we are today. So I would like to agree with Zay with there's no diss to y'all. Like, and I would just listen to my vice president, all my candidates. Like I would just listen to everybody and then know how to lead and just take that as in a leadership role. That's it.
Thank you guys for your responses. Can we have a round of applause for our Mr. Ron?
All right, last but not least, we have our SGA candidate presidents.
Is our camera on? Welcome, candidates. This is our last round. Can you guys take a quick second to introduce yourself and say what role you're running for?
My name is Kasim Tate. I am running for senior class president.
As all students can make high school experience better. I believe if me as class president, I can give the students what they need for their clear path to become true. My plan is very simple. It's just to listen to the voice of the students in the school and make and act as soon as possible. My plan is also lead. You can't be president if you can't lead. I will lead the school to greatness and achieve something nobody has before. My vision is to see smiles on students and staff walk through that door. Excitement in all classrooms and fun everywhere I walk. I will inspire them with my words and let them marinate within them. I will pour my spirits in the grand guidance to the students.
Thank you. Asa, since you answered this question already, Kasim, would you mind answering it? It is, what is your vision for the student body and how do you plan to lead and inspire your peers to achieve that vision?
Okay. For me, I feel like my plan will really work around not just being a leader in a sense of a king or a president, but I'm a leader as in I'm a leader and a resident of this community. I've been here 4 years. I haven't been in a leadership role since this year, and I know that building up outside of that leadership role gave me that experience of what my peers need and want, and applying that now that I'm in that leadership role, representing them in here, and taking those steps to help them not only enjoy their last year here better, but make sure that the rest of the classes after us enjoy the rest of their time here as well.
Thank you.
I don't think I said my vision. My vision for the student body is to establish more programs that are engaged in and that will benefit students after high school, like driver's ed and financial literacy, because I feel like if they don't learn it now, then they'll struggle when they get into the real world. So that I want to establish those programs now so they can learn and not struggle outside of the real world.
Okay, thank you. You started to answer my next question, so I'll just follow up with you, Asa. What are your top three priorities for improving student life at Ron Brown, and how will you achieve these goals?
Improving student life.
Improving student life. 3 priorities to improve student life at Ron Brown and how you would achieve it.
Priorities. I would focus on mental health and leadership skills, classroom leadership skills, and that's it. That's really my 2, because those are they're important to me about priorities. Yeah.
Okay, mental health and student leadership skills.
Yeah.
How will you achieve those goals?
I will achieve them by, as I said back with my vision, put more programs in the school and have students join them to be become a better man.
Thank you. Christine?
I say, I wouldn't say my pillars or my values are exactly the same basis, but I feel like they kind of correlate since we kind of grew up with the same values staying in school. But I'd say mental health would be one for sure. You know, as Black men, that's a big thing that we see, not only as teenagers, but going into the real world. You know, this is our senior year, we're going to get out with those things like emotional intelligence. Working on that. Another pillar would definitely be correlated with our school pillar of community, and brothership, our brotherhood. I'll say one thing that we can really do to help with that is do things like mentorship programs, like, you know, maybe pairing up a senior with a freshman, or pairing up a senior with a sophomore, pairing a junior with one of the other underclassmen, so they can kind of get that firsthand experience or mentorship of how we, have our brothership here at Ron Brown. And then for 3, I would definitely say engagement, not only in the classroom, but in school activities. One, I would say for a classroom that would help is things like, we can do things like reward systems for different grades. Something that we talked about in NHS, since that's something that I've been in since 10th grade. One thing that we're big on in NHS is talking about things like events like movie nights, or things like going out and doing different events that will only be for a certain GPA or a certain grade average that would be rewarding to different students for school grades, things like that. So.
Thank you. What are your 3 priorities and how do you plan on achieving them?
I want to piggyback on what Ada said, mental health. Young man's mental health is very, very, not good for some people, and I want to build that, and I'm going to make sure that everybody knows it's good. My second thing will be the learning, make sure everybody knows well. I don't think I probably don't know, but Clever has like a bunch of learning apps on there that we can definitely use for our advantage to make sure everybody learns better. If it lasts, we just have to make sure everybody has fun, like nothing like sports. There's other athletes within this room, but other athletes in the building that want to play sports, but can't play sports. We make sure they get hurt, make sure that they can play sports, even if it's like throwing for like 30 minutes and like a recess or something like that. For like even like the football players, if they want to play basketball or something like that, they can play basketball. They can do everything they want to do. That they can just go out there and just have fun. Making sure that everybody just.
Unlike Michael, I have been in leadership roles like in Capital League. I've been vice president for 3 years actually, and in Ron Brown, I've been president of 11th and 10th grade. So I think that I am better than Michael Ingram.
In contrast with my, not running mates, but my competitors, I would say one thing that makes me the best candidate is that I excel in everything I do. You can talk about how I excel. You hear me? Okay. I excel academically in my rankings in the class. I excel in my out of school things. I'm president of NHS for a year, vice president of NHS, so I have leadership roles. I'm president of the media team. I excel in my clubs, so I feel like I would excel here and help us excel as a class and as a school.